42 Oscar Wilde quotes to know the meaning of life. You must read Oscar Wilde quotes to find motivation. Oscar Wilde was born on October 16, 1854. He was an Irish poet and playwright. Oscar Wilde was known for his acclaimed works, including The Picture of Dorian Gray and The Importance of Being Earnest. Oscar Wilde has expressed his pain, depression, and humiliation in his literature. Oscar Wilde was arrested in 1895 due to an illegal affair with a young man, and he was imprisoned for 2 years. His earned prestige, respect, and all achievements in society were destroyed. He died of poverty on November 30, 1900 at the age of 46. His beautiful creations impress people a lot. His novel The Picture of Dorian Gray and his play The Importance of Being Earnest are considered among the great literary works of the late Victorian period. Let's read here Oscar Wilde quotes to know about life. Oscar Wilde motivational quotes. Read here some motivational quotes said by Oscar Wilde on various topics. Life quotes by Oscar Wilde. 1. Living in this world is a rare thing. Most people live like this. Oscar Wilde. 2. Never love a person who treats you like an ordinary person. Oscar Wilde. 3. Don't love someone for their looks, or their clothes, or their fancy cars. Oscar Wilde. 4. A man can be happy with any woman as long as he does not love her. Oscar Wilde. 5. Life is not complex. We are complex. Life is simple, and the simple thing is the right thing. Oscar Wilde. 6. Each of us has both heaven and hell with us. Oscar Wilde. 7. When we are happy, we are good. But when we are good, it does not mean that we are happy. Oscar Wilde. 8. Life is a nightmare that prevents one from sleeping. Oscar Wilde. 9. The secret to staying young is to be happy always. Oscar Wilde. 10. Always forgive your enemies. Oscar Wilde. Inspiring quotes by Oscar Wilde. "11. I am so clever that sometimes I do not understand a word of what I am saying. Oscar Wilde. 12. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. Oscar Wilde. 13. A cynic is a man who knows the price of everything and the value of nothing. Oscar Wilde. 14. The only way to get rid of temptation is to yield to it. Oscar Wilde. 15. A passion for pleasure is the secret of remaining young. Oscar Wilde. 16. Arguments are to be avoided, they are always vulgar and often convincing. Oscar Wilde. Truth quotes by Oscar Wilde. "17. Truth is always pure, but never simple. Oscar Wilde. 18. The true mystery of the world which is visible to us, not the invisible. Oscar Wilde. 19. Those who dream can find their way through the moonlight. They see the dawn before the rest of the world. Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde quotes on friend. "20 A good friend will always stab you in the front." Oscar Wilde. 21 Friendship is more painful than love. And it lasts longer. Oscar Wilde. 22 One has a right to judge a man by the effect he has over his friends. Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde quotes on experience. "23 Experience is merely the name men gave to their mistakes." Oscar Wilde. "24 Where there is sorrow, there is holy ground." Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde quotes on morality. 25 Those who find ugly meanings in beautiful things are corrupt without being charming. This is a fault. Oscar Wilde. 26 Those who find beautiful meanings in beautiful things are cultivated. For these, there is hope. Oscar Wilde. 27 Ordinary riches can be stolen, real riches cannot. In your soul are infinitely precious things that cannot be taken from you. Oscar Wilde. 28 A gentleman is one who never hurts anyone's feelings unintentionally. Oscar Wilde. 29 I don't want to be at the mercy of my emotions. I want to use them, to enjoy them, and to dominate them. Oscar Wilde. Best inspirational quotes and sayings. "30 Sin is something that is clearly visible on a man's face. It cannot be hidden." Oscar Wilde. 31 Wickedness is a myth invented by good people to account for the curious attractiveness of others. Oscar Wilde. 32 No man is rich enough to buy back his past. Oscar Wilde. 33 Selfishness is not what one wants to live. Selfishness is what asking others to live like oneself. Oscar Wilde. 34 Unselfishness is that someone leaves other people's lives to live like theirs, never interfering with them. Oscar Wilde. 35 The great events of the world take place in the brain. Oscar Wilde. 36 Anybody can make history, only a great man can write it. Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde quotes on personal growth. "37 A man who is master of himself can end a sorrow easily." Oscar Wilde. 38 A man who is master of himself can invent pleasure easily for himself. Oscar Wilde. 39 It is so easy to convince others, it is so difficult to convince oneself. Oscar Wilde. 40 Imagination is a quality that was given to man, compensate him from what's not. Oscar Wilde. 41. The sense of humor was given to console him from what is. Oscar Wilde. "42. Men always want to be a woman's first love, women like to be a man's last romance." Oscar Wilde. Final words. I hope you liked the above Oscar Wilde quotes. Don't forget to mention the best line that you liked most from the above lines in the comment box below.